Hey everyone, it's Paul again. I just wanted to throw together a little video to show you some of my air plants, Tillandsias, and tell you kind of how I take care of them. First up is a very common Tillandsia, which is Ionantha. You'll see these everywhere that sells air plants. You'll also see them glued to all kinds of things like refrigerator magnets or on the top of little statues, all kinds of crazy things. People really get creative with them. Next up is a subspecies, Ionantha scaposa. These are very similar to the previous one, except their leaves are a little bit closer together, a little bit tighter. Again, a pretty common Tillandsia, but still beautiful and interesting. This next one is really cool. This is a Tillandsia caput medusae. Like many air plants, these guys are covered in a grayish fuzzy coating. They're called trichomes. These are scales that trap and absorb moisture, and that's how these plants that live up the treetops or on other surfaces, being epiphytes, that's how they absorb their moisture. This is another one that looks similar to the caput medusae. This is bulbosa, Tillandsia bulbosa. This one doesn't have as many of the trichomes, so it's used to being in a more humid environment, so you really need to water them a lot more often. This one as well, Bootsii, really interesting. And if you were to get close to this one, you can see on the actual bulb of the plant, it has almost like a leopard print to it. Really kind of cool, wiry, long leaves. Very, very pretty. This next one is Tillandsia bergeri. This one loves to pup even without blooming. Like I've had all of these clusters start up without even a flower. So I think that's really kind of interesting because usually air plants will pup at or after the time that they bloom. This next one I'm not really sure. It didn't come labeled, so I'm not sure if it's a capitata or if it's something different. It looks like the leaves had been painted a little bit reddish, and it obviously outgrew the coloring, so now all the new leaves are the greenish gray. They also have the trichomes to absorb the water like the previous Tillandsias you just saw. This one is kind of like a weedy Tillandsia recurvata. They also call it ball moss. They grow on like telephone lines in the southern United States and against fences, everything you can imagine. Really, really easy to take care of. Just spray it down or dunk it. Oh my god, this one is really, really cool. Tillandsia argentea. The leaves are so fine, they're like hair. And they're used to being in pretty arid environments, so they're covered with the trichomes, so they absorb as much water as possible. Same care as the others, though. Dunk them once or twice a week. This one is Tillandsia juncea. This one, it looks like to me like an upside-down broom. The leaves are so stiff and firm, they're like the end of a broom. Same care, not as many trichomes, so probably needs to be watered a little bit more often. Now this last one is the queen of all air plants. It is the Tillandsia xerographica. These guys are huge. They are from arid environments, so they're covered in trichomes to absorb moisture. They can withstand drought very well, better than some of the other air plants that we've seen. And if you have the opportunity, I say get a hold of one of these. Same sort of care, dunk them once or twice a week. Should be fine. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and if you like this kind of content, then just subscribe, and also give a thumbs up and share, and I will see you in the next video.